I don't remember what we talked about in the group chat that morning. Probably something pointless, memes, complaints about lectures, maybe the leftover stress of being home with family for too long. I wasn't in the mood to text back. I just wanted to get from the train to my dorm in one piece. Simple, 10 minutes. It was warm for that time of year. It's one of those strange early spring days where the sun is out but the air is still thin and cool, as if it's unsure whether to wake up fully. The train station was moderately busy. A few students like me with backpacks, some commuters in dark coats, and parents corralling tired children. Familiar sights. As part of my routine, I ordered a ride as I always did, without even glancing at the driver's name. The car was already waiting near the curb by the time I walked out. It's a navy sedan, clean enough. I climbed into the back seat and greeted him with a soft, "Hello." He didn't respond. He was on a call, speaking in a language I didn't recognize. His tone was quiet, almost flat. I sat down anyway, keeping my backpack on my lap. The ride started without issue. I knew this road well, looping upward like a ribbon curling into the hills, switchbacks that wove toward the dorms perched above the city. You could walk it, but the sidewalks thinned in places, and the mountain felt never-ending. I'd done it once, never again. His continued silence only added to my unease. I began to feel a growing sense of unease, a nagging feeling that something was amiss. I stared out the window. People passed in a blur. Storefronts, red brick buildings, a guy pushing a stroller. I remember blinking a few times longer than I meant to, sleepiness pressing at my eyes. I checked the route on my phone. Everything was fine. I'm still headed up. When we reached the halfway point, where most of the dorm traffic gets out, I leaned forward slightly and said, "Here's good. Just by those stairs." He didn't say anything, but the car came to a stop exactly where I asked. Smooth. It's almost too smooth. I waited for the soft mechanical clunk of the door unlocking. It didn't come. Instead, I heard the opposite. A click. One that vibrated faintly through the car's frame. I looked down. The door handle gleamed, untouched. I reached for it casually, trying not to seem alarmed. Despite my casual demeanor, the door wouldn't budge when I tried to open it. My grip tightened. I pulled again, harder. Nothing. I blinked quickly, my heart suddenly too loud. I could feel its beat in my ears like it had climbed into my skull. I tried again, tugging with a bit of performance, laughing lightly under my breath as if to say, "Oh, I must be weak, how silly of me." No movement, no give. The handle may as well have been made of stone. My heart skipped a beat as I realized he was no longer focused on the road. He had turned his entire body to face me, a chilling smile on his lips. He had swiveled fully in his seat, both knees turned sideways, and his entire upper body twisted to look at me. His smile, devoid of any warmth or friendliness, was unsettling, to say the least. Not a friendly smile. Not even a forced customer service smile. It was a smile that knew something. I froze. His eyes scanned me. Head to toe, toe to head. Slowly. Like he was studying a photo. You can tell when someone's looking at you like that. You don't need to see their pupils move. You feel it. It rolls over your skin like oil. I didn't say anything. Then, finally, he spoke. "Sorry?" he said, still smiling. "Had my kids in here earlier. The child lock's still on. Let me get that for you." He opened his door and stepped out. He didn't rush. He strolled, too slowly, around the back of the car. Every second he was out of my sight felt like a vacuum opening beneath me. I wasn't sure if he was going to come to open the door. I didn't know if he was going to pop the trunk. I didn't know anything. My thumb hovered over the emergency call on my phone. Relief flooded through me when I finally heard the click of the door unlocking. I was ready to escape this unsettling situation. He stood there, still smiling. I mumbled something I don't remember and stepped out. No, launched out, backpack tight against my chest. I didn't thank him. I didn't wave. I just walked up the stairs, fast but not running, and didn't look back. I only let myself breathe again when I was on the 3rd floor and could see the other students by the entrance, talking, laughing, tapping their ID cards. The ordinary world. Still here. But even as I stood there, I couldn't shake what had just happened. I couldn't stop replaying the details that didn't make sense. Child locks. I'd never owned a car, but I've ridden in enough to know they aren't usually engaged without intention. You don't accidentally activate one, and if you do, most modern cars have a way to disable them from the front seat. A button. A switch. He could have let me out without moving, but he didn't. He got out of the car, walked around, slowly, smiling. And the click I heard, it wasn't the car staying locked. It was it being locked. I heard it right after we stopped, before I ever touched the handle. And I know what I heard. That night, I barely slept. I kept thinking about his face, that smile, the eerie silence in the car, the sense that something had been building in those 10 minutes, something I couldn't name until it had already passed. I told my roommate. She brushed it off. Creepy, yeah, but he let you go, right? I didn't report him. I should have, maybe. But what would I say? I felt scared. He smiled weirdly. The door wouldn't open. He didn't touch me. He didn't follow me. He didn't hurt me. But he could have. And that was the worst part. The horrible, lingering truth. He could have done anything, and I wouldn't have had time to stop him. And no one would have known why I didn't make it to class the next day. Weeks passed. I deleted the app for a while. I walked when I could. Took buses, even if they were late. I told myself to be more careful. I'm not paranoid, just aware. Then, 2 days ago, I got a notification. Your ride is arriving. Navy sedan. Driver, Max. I hadn't ordered a ride. The app wasn't even open. But there it was, waiting outside the same train station. I closed the blinds and waited for the click.